on a variety of different Facebook groups, Instagram groups about TSW, healing eczema, psoriasis, rosacea. There's a lot of confusion about probiotics, and it's a subject that I really want to address. A few weeks back, I did a video all about gut health and how your gut is instantly related towards the condition of your skin, and improving your gut health really does mean overcoming that skin inflammation and the skin condition that you have at hand. And this is how I healed my skin, and what I did was I applied a specific strategy as to how I could overcome my TSW and my lifelong eczema that I had since I was born. And in this video today, I really want to delve in a little bit more about that gut health and further the information that I gave him from my last video, so almost like a part 2 version, and talk about probiotics, prebiotics, these different types of supplements that are on the market, whether or not they are really actually effective for us to take, and if we should be taking them at all, and to also look at the foods in which we can consume more of or less of in order to rebalance and restore our guts. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Layla, and on my channel I discuss everything to do with topical steroid withdrawal, eczema, any other skin inflammatory condition that you are suffering with. This is the channel to be watching. On my channel I discuss how you can overcome your skin condition completely naturally, healing from the inside out. But before we head off into this very juicy and detailed subject, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up for this video if you get some good value out of it. And don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Are you on any probiotics? Have you seen any difference? Or has it actually regressed and caused a few unwanted side effects with your healing? I will just give my quick disclaimer to say that, as you guys probably already know, I'm not a doctor or a medical practitioner. I literally do a lot of research when it comes to healing skin conditions, and this is what I did when I implemented my strategy in order to overcome my TSW and my lifelong eczema. I did a ton of research, and I really needed to get to the bottom of what my root causes are, how my gut played an essential role to healing my skin, and what I needed to do to get on the right path to healing my skin as quickly as possible, as naturally as possible as well. So what's the difference between a probiotic and a prebiotic, and why do we need both, and why are they both so important? So first off, probiotics, which you've probably heard lots about. I'm sure many of you take probiotic supplements, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on. But first off, I really want to talk about prebiotics and why we need them and why they're so important. So prebiotics, first off, is a type of carbohydrate, and it comes from a source of fiber, which our good bacteria really needs to absorb in order to maintain our immune system and to actually keep that inflammation at bay. So prebiotics is really essential, and we can actually get this from our food. And one of the things that the good gut bacteria will do with that prebiotic fiber is to turn it into a short chain fatty acid known as butyrate. So these short chain fatty acids found in the prebiotics are really essential because they actually form a lot of the cells in the colon, which allows us to have healthy stools. It also helps protect us from viruses, bacteria, infections, which a lot of us can experience alongside our skin conditions. So that helps really maintain that gut barrier lining to be really solid, so that we are protecting our immune system and being able to reduce that inflammation from the inside out. Now, with our prebiotics, we can get this from our food. We don't necessarily need to take an actual prebiotic supplement, although they are out there and they are widely available. But I think if you can keep your diet as balanced as possible and absorb these foods on a daily, weekly basis, then you really have no need to be taking a prebiotic supplement. So in order to increase your prebiotic fiber, you want to consider including in your diet things like legumes and beans and oats, peas, bananas, berries, artichokes. Artichokes is one of my absolute top foods. It really helps reduce inflammation. It's low in histamine. It's got so much nutritious value to it. So I always make sure I'm having, a few artichokes a week. Asparagus, dandelion greens, garlic, leeks, and onions. So do incorporate these into your diet. Those are your prebiotic foods. Oats is something that I really had every single morning, whether it's be in my pancakes or be in just a bowl of porridge that I would have, my oatmeal, and I had a gluten-free version, and this really helped restore my gut lining very quickly. I think within the 6 weeks, I really drastically saw a huge reduction in the inflammation and redness in my skin, and really started to see my skin take that leap towards recovering from my TSW. Then we have probiotics, and I find probiotics needs to be clarified, clear up a little bit of confusion, because this is what I see repetitively on social media, is that everyone's taking a probiotic. Like, anybody who's got a skin condition think that a probiotic is going to help their skin recover. And I feel there's a lot of confusion, misconceptions as to what a probiotic is doing for you, and how it may or may not be actually helping you overcome your skin condition. And this is why, because with probiotics, a lot of probiotics actually have a lot of histamine in them, and you need to be very cautious as to how much histamine maybe your probiotic supplement contains. And this is where I think a lot of individuals think that they've got to take tons and tons of different supplements to boost their body so that they're getting all the right nutrients, but in actual fact you can actually get it all from food. And when I was going down my TSW journey, I did take a probiotic, but I took a very specific one, and it's called Histaminx, and I'm going to put it right here as I no longer take it anymore, but I took that for the better half of the first 3 months of my TSW journey, as it is a histamine-free probiotic. And I found this really essential because I did need gut support, but at the same time I didn't want a high histamine probiotic, because traditionally probiotics are fermented foods such as sauerkraut, such as kefir, such as aged cheeses, such as dairy. So you need to really take that into account, that a lot of these fermented foods are very, very rich in histamine, and that can really literally trigger an allergic reaction or an itch attack for several days if you're taking either a probiotic or you've decided to, take high probiotic foods in a bid to try and overcome and heal your skin. So do consider the histamine levels. I was made aware of it because I was actually on the wrong probiotic. I was on a very general probiotic supplement, and I was in fact drinking the kefir and the kombucha and all of that, and my itch just was not letting up. I just was itching constantly. I was wondering what I was doing wrong, and I did this in the very early days of my TSW, and I just really felt that I have any control as to what was going on, and I certainly wasn't going in the right direction. And I continued to take them until my holistic practitioner Julia Edgley said stop with these probiotics and put me on the right path to a very good probiotic which is low in histamine. And I'll put it down in the link below for you guys, so that if you do want to take a probiotic, that you take perhaps this one, or do your own research, do your due diligence. I'm just passing on my information to you guys. This is the one that I took because it was low in histamine, and that is the reason why. Rhamnosus probiotic bacteria is really suited for those who have histamine intolerance or histamine issues. So if you are an individual with TSW, eczema, or any other skin condition and you're having a lot of excessive itching, you really want to be taking something like this probiotic rather than any of the others. Those with histamine intolerance, it actually down regulates those histamine receptors, and at the same time it increases that anti-inflammatory agents which basically help with any of that gut impermeability or that pathogenic bacteria that we might have that's overgrowing in our guts. So it is one of the better probiotics to be taking if you're struggling with that itch factor. The other thing that you can do to help your gut at the same time, and this is more related again to those with histamine issues, is things like DAO enzymes, and DAO enzymes stand for the dioxide enzyme, and again I'll put it down here for you guys. And this supplement can really help break down a lot of those high histamine rich foods. So if you have in the past been eating a lot of cheese, or you've been on this sort of probiotic diet or supplementation, and you're trying to regulate your histamine levels, regulate that itch, so that you can start to get onto the right path. Then you might incorporate DAO supplements because that helps break down a lot of the histamine in the gut. But the number one thing is really just to eat a low histamine diet if you are struggling with the itch, and pretty much favoring more foods like the prebiotic foods. And when it comes to the probiotic foods, not to worry too much, because just having a low histamine diet with healthy greens and vegetables, you will be fine. Your body the good bacteria will grow and the pathogenic bacteria will subside, so long as you're not overindulging in too much sugar and too many fast food products, fried products. You know what I'm talking about. Eat as healthy as you possibly can and involve as much protein as you will, and calcium as well. So that is it from me, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video and got some good value out of it. Let me know down below if you've got any questions or comments. I'd love to help you get you on the right path to healing your skin completely naturally from the inside out. And I'll see you guys all next week for another one. Bye for now.